You're probably studying in school or at the university, and sometimes, from time to time, you have tests or exams that you should have been prepared for, but for some reasons you're not ready at all, even though you attended every lesson, every session, every lecture, but you still don't know anything. And the problem may be that you're just not perceiving this as fun, but in fact, studying can be fun and must be fun. Only because I made studying fun and enjoyable, I achieved this high result from every single subject in my school and in college. So take your favorite snack and we should start. Let's go. I have always been a meloman who just loves listening to music. But for different types of studying, you have to choose a specific music type because you just cannot listen to an upbeat and happy, energizing music while you're preparing for your test or your exam or you're memorizing something. Because your brain is not stupid and a bit lazy, honestly. Your brain doesn't want to study at all, doesn't want to study for this test, doesn't want to prepare some presentation or review flashcards. It wants to dance and it wants some fun after all. So if you turn on your favorite music or your favorite playlist, you will probably go dancing somewhere and not studying. So only for this reason I stopped listening to my favorite music while I was studying or performing some high intensity work for my brain. And so while I was memorizing something or learning something new, I usually like to turn on pink noise or green noise. For me, white noise is a bit strong, so I prefer using pink noise or green noise. You can check out different types of noises. It's basically nothing more than a simple noise. And this noise can distract you from the world around you and make you more focused. So if you didn't hear about this, you should try. If you're performing some low effort task like checking emails or copying pasting text for your presentation, you can turn on some classic music or, for instance, some soundtracks from your favorite movie, because we want to romanticize studying, and especially for some boring subjects. But for better results, you should, after all, experiment with yourself, because a 2021 study suggests that for every type of person, the different music works the best while focusing or memorizing some information. For instance, some of the factors include genre, volume or tempo, age of the person, complexity of the task. That is what I said a bit earlier. Personal preference. If you don't like classic music, like at all, you just cannot stand it, try listening to some low intensity music or just some calm music if you up to it. A person's personality, and of course whether the music is instrumental or have lyrics. As I already said, I do not suggest listening to music with lyrics while you're studying because it can literally distract your brain from studying and changing your behavior to come on, let's go to the party, let's dance, let's sing, and you won't be in the mood to actually perform those high intensity tasks. I don't know how about boys, but I'm a girl, so I love romanticizing everything connected with my life, and especially with studying. So this actually comes up to stationery as well. I try to invest in some cute stationery or some helpful highlighters or some pencils and pens, some cute exercise books, or just some cute rulers or erasers. Yeah, for some it's too much and a waste of money, but for me it's really helped me to improve my cognitive abilities and to romanticize my studies and my life overall. I like to perceive my life as some sort of aesthetic and to live it like from a Pinterest board. So sometimes buying this cute eraser or pencil is not a waste of money. It will improve your cognitive performance. Of course, it doesn't work the best for every person. Some will probably say that it's not working at all. Like, I can take a small pencil, a simple eraser, and we'll go with it. But for me, I don't feel like studying at all. Not only I have to focus my attention on this uninteresting, boring task, but I also have to use some really dreadful stationery. No thanks. If you already know, I have used plenty of study techniques throughout my life, and some of them were really effective, whereas some of them weren't effective at all. And so, to romanticize and to improve your studying and to implement some interesting study techniques into your life, you can first of all check out my previous videos that I filmed about. I mentioned some 8 or even 10 study techniques that actually work. But you also can use some apps or interactive websites to help you with memorization or studying. I personally like to use Quizlet or Anki for flashcards because this is the most popular way to memorize with flashcards. However, there are plenty of other applications that can actually help you and even more. So if you want to learn more about this, please let me know in the comments down below. Some research papers actually highlighted that rereading or rewatching your lecture is not as effective as you might thought before. So some popular study techniques like active recall or Pomodoro techniques can actually help you. Before I learned about this concept, I used to stay in home all day long, study for 12 hours, and didn't even leave my room. So I was basically like a prisoner for 12 hours. Not really interesting and not really effective study technique, I would say, because I didn't learn anything and I don't remember anything I learned at this moment. Thanks. But to romanticize more your study or your study life, you can change your environment. Go to this cute cafe or go to the park to study more because changing your environment can actually recharge and improve your brain capacity to memorize and retain new information. And of course, changing environments can actually break the cycle of monotony in your life. Some research papers highlight that some fascination and mind wandering can actually mutually reinforce your attention restoration. And moreover, mind wandering may support additional benefits, including association of ideas and shifts between external and internal attention orientation engage these pathways. Without too much complicated words, changing your environments can actually boost your creativity and rewire and recharge your brain pathways. Firstly, I suggest you to find out what type of learner are you. There are plenty of different learners types, but the main four include visual, oral, verbal, and kinesthetic. And as I am the visual learner, I absolutely love drawing some pictograms or diagrams or just simple objects to help me to retain this information. For example, when I learn something about a new physics concept or biology concept, I always love to draw this cell or this mitochondria or this electromagnetic waves. Like this, in this way, I can retain and memorize this information much faster and much more effectively. Another technique for visual learners, or for this reason for every type of learner, you can create some sort of posters or presentation to reinforce what you have learned in the lesson or in lecture. So, for instance, when I was starting my high school, I used to really struggle with memorizing and retain all the information that I got from school because it was really hard to retain all this bundle, this pile of new information that I didn't learn before. And so I discovered this trick that right after the end of the lesson, I went to a cafe or to a park and I created a small presentation based on what I have learned, like I was teaching someone. And in this way, I could retain much more information and memorize much more from the previous lesson than if I just returned the next week back to this class. Another cool technique is to tutor someone. I used to tutor French and math and biology in some websites or actually in my school, and this also can help your brain to perceive new information and to teach someone new. Did you know that a study led by Cornell University showed that collaborative learning can actually make your study more fun and more effective? The benefits of collaborative learning include development of high-level thinking, increase in student retention, self-esteem, and responsibility, exposure to new ideas and new opinions, preparation for real life situation and for employment situations as well. You can meet up with your friends once a week to study for a particular exam together, because you can learn from new ideas and you can actually tutor them and help them memorize the information as well as they can teach you. So I see this as a really effective study technique to make your learning actually fun. So today I discuss a plenty of different techniques to make your learning actually fun and more enjoyable, and to start making those tests from chemistry, biology, math, French, English the best and the most enjoyable tests in your life. If you want to learn more about this, please subscribe to my channel and give your opinion in the comments down below. Give me your thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next videos. Goodbye.